Hello and welcome back to a very happy post-match review from the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel, reviewing on Celtic's amazing, wonderful, sensational 3-1 win over Red Bull Leipzig, match day 4 of the current Champions League. Puts us up now to 13th place on 7 points. So around 3 to 4 points away from the predicted level required to get into the playoff stage. We'll know exactly what position we are in after week 4 of the Champions League, after the Wednesday games are completed. But after the games completed on Tuesday, we're up to 13th place. This video is going to be a wee review of the goals, some reflections on who played well, who didn't play so well. We clue, I thought everybody played really well, some much better than others. My own personal ratings, and also a wee look at the stats for the game as well. Before we do crack on with the video, maybe in celebration, those not yet subscribed to the channel could click that subscribe button, see if we can push the subscriber numbers up to 1,100. If you do like the video, please do click that like button as well, and do feel free to pop your pleasant, polite thoughts, comments, opinions in the comment section regarding the game. On Tuesday evening, your own personal ratings, your own personal thoughts regarding the players, the tactics, and any other matters relating to the game. So, Celtic played incredibly well. Wee bit of a dodgy spell for 5-10 minutes around the time that RB Leipzig scored that goal from the corner. But for the 20 minutes or so before that, and the rest of the game, which was around about an hour, Celtic were very much the best side and fully deserved a win. And it's pretty amazing that the 3-1 win could easily have been 4-5 or 6-1 had one or two wee shots and chances managed to beat the goalkeeper. A couple of the deflections, disallowed goal for offside, some nice saves by the RB Leipzig goalkeeper, some nice blocks by their defenders and midfielders too. So an all-round amazing game, very well set up by Brendan Rodgers. One change to the team. In came Greg Taylor in place of Valley, but otherwise was the team that started against Aberdeen. And Celtic, I thought, particularly in the last hour of the game, managed the ball very well, managed to nullify most of RB Leipzig's threat. And the last 20-25 minutes, Celtic were massively on top. RB Leipzig looked like they were a bit clueless and weren't really sure how they were going to break down Celtic, and possibly they believed the hype and promo that all the German TV channels and football journalists had been talking about for the last few days, where they basically counted out Celtic as not being good enough to challenge RB Leipzig. Happily, Celtic's players proved them wrong. Celtic started really well. Arne Engels in the first minute could easily have scored, but nice block. RB Leipzig defenders. RB Leipzig did manage to get a corner. It was whipped in from Celtic's right. Cameron Carter-Vickers couldn't quite clear the ball with the head. It skimmed out to Baumgartner at the back post. Arne Engels kind of lost him in the box, got turned the wrong way, and Austin Trusty couldn't quite come in to challenge Baumgartner, and Kasper Schmeichel had no chance from a bullet header from about 5 yards out. As I said, RB Leipzig then, for the next 5-10 minutes were that wee bit more on top. Celtic did look a wee bit panicky and disorganised. Happily, Kyle McGregor, Rio Hatate got things back under control. Nice ball out wide. Lovely flick pass inside by Arne Engels. Nicholas Kuhn took the ball on the edge of the box, dribbled across the edge of the box, and then a lovely curling shot in off the post at the far side. Goalie beaten quite considerably. 1-1. Celtic kept themselves on top. Wee bit of defensive mix-up on the right by the Leipzig defenders. Some very good battling by Hatate and Taylor in particular. Ball broke to Hatate. He then got into the edge of the box. Then a wonderful pass to Greg Taylor running to the byline. He hit the cross right across the 6-yard line box. Dyson might have dummied the ball or maybe just didn't quite hit his shot right. However, the ball went straight to Nicholas Kuhn, who beat his marker and whacked in the goal, 2-1 up at half-time. Celtic came out still on top. RB Leipzig, and really in the second half, didn't have much of a chance. A few headers, a few shots. Kasper Schmeichel did make an excellent save diving to his right. And then there was a nice shot by Baumgartner that Kasper Schmeichel did very well, diving down to his left. After that, RB Leipzig weren't really much of a threat. Then Celtic got that vital third goal that guaranteed the win. Alsa Johnston managed to get himself free on the right-hand side. Nice pass by Nicholas Kuhn to get him in behind the Leipzig fullback. Lovely ball across the 6-yard line. The RB Leipzig goalkeeper came for the cross, couldn't hold it. The ball then rebounded to Rio Hatate, and he very smartly hit a reflex shot into the top of the net, 3-1 up. And as I said, Celtic had a couple of more chances after that. We could easily have added another goal or two, and in the 94th minute of added time, Dyson Maida was a few inches offside and the goal was correctly disallowed. However, 3-1 win. Scenes of mass rejoicing and celebration, and massive well done to Celtic. 7 points after 4 games, 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Goal difference now 0. We have 2 more home games against Bruges and Bern, away games against Zagreb and Aston Villa, and we are very close to the 10 or 11 points needed for the playoff stage. Looking at the stats for the game, possession was 60-40 in favour of Celtic. Shots were 17-10 in favour of Celtic, with 5 on targets for Celtic, 3 for Leipzig. 8 off targets for Celtic, 4 by Leipzig. 4 block shots for Celtic, 3 block shots for Leipzig. Touches in box, 25-15 for Celtic. Saves were 2 each, and corners were 7 Celtic and 8 Leipzig. And so you can see Celtic were on top, had most of the possession, most of the game control, more threats on the Leipzig goal, and fully deserved their 3-1 win. Just moving into the ratings that I've given the players, all very subjective, and so you may well have your own thoughts, your own ratings for the players. Kasper Schmeichel, I've given them an 8.5. I thought he had a very good game. Couple of nice saves, particularly in the second half. Had no real chance with the goal. He marshalled his defence very well. He got things very organised after that first wee mix-up for the first goal. 8.5 for Kasper Schmeichel. Given 8.5 for Alsa Johnston. Thought he had a great game. Was involved with the third goal. Defended very well. Made, I think, 1 mistake in the whole game, but he was always there for the out ball. always covering back, organised things very well. Very good leadership from Johnson. Came into midfield and into the final third on a very regular basis, and managed to get himself back into his defensive position very quickly. Very, very organised by him. 7.5 for Greg Taylor. Thought he started a bit shakily. Leipzig got the ball behind him a few times. However, he did break into midfield very well. He got himself into the final third really well. And of course, he was integral in that second goal, winning the ball back on the right, and then lovely cross into the 6-yard box to allow Kuhn to score the second. 8 for Carter Vickers and 9 for Austin Trusty. I thought Austin Trusty had a great game, as did Cameron Carter Vickers, but I think Trusty was that wee bit better. Good in the air, nice and strong. He recovers from any wee errors, or if he's ever beaten by a player, he seems to get back and tackle back incredibly well. Carter Vickers, slightly at fault for the first goal, probably should have got a better header on it, but thereafter his defensive work was great. So 8 for him. 8.5 for Callum McGregor. Super game from Callum McGregor. Controlled everything, worked incredibly hard, was all over the pitch. He calmed Celtic down in that second half, and it was a brilliant captain's performance. Some lovely passes, some lovely runs, and he was here, there, and everywhere on the pitch. Great performance by him. Given 7 for Arnie Engels. He was involved in that first goal. He was at fault also for the Leipzig goal, I thought. Didn't really have his best game. And not too surprisingly, he was the one that was substituted to send on Paulo Bernardo in the second half. Rio Hatate, I've given him a 9. He was bordering 9.5 and man of the match for me. I thought it was a really impressive performance by him. He played the whole 90 minutes. He got stronger and stronger and better. Some absolutely wonderful passes. Fought very hard in midfield. Helped out in defence when required. Got forward into the final third. A couple of shots at goal. And he also followed in the cross from Johnson. And so when the goalkeeper fumbled it, he was there to pop in the third. So 9 for Rio Hatate. I've given 9.5 in man of the match to Nicholas Kuhn. 2 goals, an excellent performance. A slight worry that he might have a wee bit of a hamstring problem, and that's why he was taken off a wee bit early. But he scored the vital first and second goal. He caused them a heck of a lot of problems down that right-hand side. He was part of the third goal as well, setting up Johnson, who then crossed for Hatate's rebound shot. Given 7.5 for Dyson Maida. Lots and lots of pace down that left-hand side. Lots of covering back. Few times Dyson Maida's final ball not quite good enough. So for him, 7.5. Kyogo, I've given an 8. Did have a couple of chances which were well blocked and well saved. I thought also he defended the corners incredibly well. He seemed to be given that role at the front post, and he cleared several of the in-swinging crosses before they could get to the middle of the box. So great work by Kyogo. Tons of energy, tons of speed, tons of hard work, and very well-deserved 8 for him. 7.5 for Paulo Bernardo as one of the subs. I thought he had actually a very good game. Came on to replace Arnie Engels and kept the game going very well. Lots of nice tackles, lots of nice covering back, and he got himself forward into the midfield in the final third regularly. I've given 7 for Alex Varley. I thought he defended well. He pushed himself into midfield. He got into the final third. He was always an out ball, nice and calm for such a young player. So well done to Alex Varley coming on to replace Taylor. Liam Scales got 7. Didn't have terribly much to do because by the time he came on to replace Carter Vickers, Celtic were on top and Leipzig were looking a bit clueless, almost as if they'd given up. Adamida, I thought, did a nice job leading the line and holding the ball up. Had a nice layoff for Yang that ended up not going in. And I've given 7 for Yang. I was actually very impressed. Came on, lots of pace, lots of intent, tracked back very nicely too. Some good link-up play, and he did get a shot on goal that just cleared the bar. And I was actually very impressed how well that Yang did, coping with coming on in a big game. And Celtic didn't really miss a beat or miss Kuhn that much in the greater scheme of things, given how well Yang played. So that just about finishes off this celebratory post-match review of Celtic's brilliant 3-1 win. If you are new to the channel and not yet subscribed, please do click that wee subscribe button. Keep the numbers pushing up to 1,100. Nice wee celebration for Celtic fans. If you click the subscribe button, make me so happy if we can get to the 1,100 stage. Do click that like button. Does help YouTube send the video to more and more Celtic fans and football fans. And do pop your own thoughts regarding the ratings, the players, the performance, the tactics, and how well Rodgers and the coaching staff and the players did on Tuesday evening. Do pop that into the comment section. And so until the next video, well done Celtic, goodbye, and hail, hail.